Hey everybody, this is a little series I like to do where I pick a game that I'm currently playing and explain to you in 10 minutes or less why it's awesome. Now, I haven't done one of these for quite some time, and you might be thinking that that's because I gave up on this idea or just haven't had the time to go back and revisit any games that I felt would be a good fit for something like this. But the sad truth of it is that there just haven't been a lot of games that meet the criteria I established when I first started doing these. And I thought it would be a good idea to take a minute here at the beginning and explain what that actually is. So for me, a game needs to be a few things to qualify for one of these episodes. One of which is whether or not the game managed to exceed my expectations for it. And there are a lot of facets that go into that, everything from feature set to technical execution to the value proposition to whether or not it speaks to me on a personal level. Beyond that, I generally only select games for this treatment that I feel are underappreciated, undervalued, or otherwise overlooked. So, with all those criteria to fill, it shouldn't be any wonder that I've only done this sort of thing for a handful of games, and that should help you understand why I've selected Dead Effect 2 for the latest installment of this series. This is a game that for me checks all of those boxes and pushes all of my buttons. This is just the sort of fun, engaging, feature-rich, expectation-exceeding title that I really look forward to having the opportunity to play when they do come along every once in a while. So what is Dead Effect 2? Primarily, this is a run-and-gun, first-person shooter with an aesthetic that mashes together the sci-fi and zombie genres in a way that breathes some much-needed new life into both of them. But beyond that, what really makes this game work for me is the culmination of all the different features that it brings to the table and executes on in a very satisfying and fulfilling way. From its looting systems and RPG elements, to its wide variety of weapons and upgrades for said weapons, to the meticulous care and effort put into its enemies and their behaviors, to its co-op friendly campaign. There are just so many things about this game that speak to me and give me exactly what I want as a gamer, and so often find lacking in so many other games that I play. To be sure, there are many games out there that perform those individual functions better than Dead Effect 2 does, but I'm hard pressed to think of another game that I've played in the past few years that brings all of those pieces together as competently and earnestly as this game does. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is a perfect game, or that it's a must-play game, or that its shortcomings should be overlooked based on all the other things that it does so well. However, what I will say is that I have had more fun, pleasure, engagement, and satisfaction playing this game than many others that I've played in the past several years. There's a charm and a sincerity and a sort of truth that comes across when playing this game that harkens back to many of the best games that I've played in my long history with this pastime. That comes across as something more than simple nostalgia or a sort of digital homecoming. This game reminds me of the things that I love about gaming, while still moving things forward, while still giving me something a bit more than a simple trip down memory lane. And on top of that, it allows me to share that experience with my friends, for us to participate in something as a group that's simply and genuinely fun and entertaining, and at times even a little thought-provoking from a narrative standpoint. The bottom line for me is that this is a meaningful game, a game that matters, a game that I'm glad I got the chance to play, and that's likely to stick with me long after I've finished playing it. In a world where literally dozens of new video games are released every single day that so often miss their mark or fail to connect with me in any meaningful way, I really have to give it to Dead Effect 2. This game does something for me. It matters to me in a way that I simply can't deny. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why this game is awesome. As always, if you have enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you'd like to see more videos from me in the future, be sure to hit subscribe. And I will see you next time. Man, some of those lunges and little tweaks that the zombies do are really good as far as throwing your aim off.
Yep.
Yeah, they really move a lot.
Yeah, this is not your grandpa's zombies.
Yeah, you really don't want them to get close because that lunge could really throw off your aim.
Mm-hmm.
That and when they do jump at you and some of them like stay on the ground and just start crawling, I feel like that's a really cool feature as well.
Yeah. You can't just go on autopilot.
Yeah, you always have to be aware of what the zombies are going to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like that.